voice echo away from me, halfway across the world. There was a pause, and then my father began to talk. "Wong Fong Ying," he said, and his voice sounded hollow even through the telephone. "Prepare yourself. Wong Fong Ying is my Chinese name. To everyone in England, and usually even to my father, I am Hazel Wong. He only uses my other full name when something very serious has happened, and so my stomach dropped in anticipation. It's a year. Your grandfather. Hazel, you know he has not been well. I'm afraid he has passed on. It happened yesterday. We did not think it would happen so soon, but it has." "Father," I said, "are you sure? Really?" I clutched the telephone, and the mouthpiece trembled against my lip. I felt a rush of impossibility. I could smell my grandfather's pipe, the tobacco on his breath, feel his hand heavy on my head. "I would not lie to you, Hazel. Now, listen to me and be calm. You must come home. You'll miss the funeral, of course, that will happen next week. But if you leave in the next few days, you'll be here for at least part of his mourning. Do you understand? You can't miss that." "No, of course I can't," I whispered. My throat was full of things to say, but all that came out of my mouth were those words. I remembered so clear and strong I could taste it, sitting next to Aye, watching him peel an orange into segments and pass me every third one. He was too big and important to have gone. It could not be. "What does Amma say?" I asked. "What? Your mother agrees with me, of course. You must come home," said my father, sounding confused. I knew it had been an odd thing to say, but I had to ask. "Now, Matron will arrange your transportation. You'll catch the boat at Tilbury Docks, and it shouldn't take more than a month." "I want Daisy to come," I said. I was rather surprised at myself for being so bold. I had almost not known what I was going to say until it was already being said. But as I spoke, I realized how much I meant it. If I was to come home, if I was to face my mother, a voice whispered in my head, I needed Daisy with me. "Hazel," said my father, sighing. "It's always Daisy with you. A more unsuitable friend for you I couldn't imagine, even if she does appear to be a lady. Do you think she'll be able to manage Hong Kong?" He did not think so, but I knew she could. Daisy adapts to wherever she is, like a brightly coloured lizard. So I took a deep breath and gathered all the bravery I had found on the Orient Express to overcome my father's will. "I'm not coming without her," I said, and my hand holding the telephone receiver trembled even more. My father sighed again and made an impatient noise. "I shall speak to the school," he said. "If they agree, and if her family does too, well, I suppose you may bring her. But Hazel, I do not want you to be silly about this, do you understand? Don't let Miss Wells put any of her wild ideas into your head. Your Aye was old and tired. It was his time. He is not another case like the one last summer, or any of these other ridiculous things you've got yourself mixed up in. Do you understand?" "Yes," I choked out, wiping my eyes. I did understand, and that was not why I wanted Daisy there. I did not need her for detection. For once, I simply needed her because she was my best friend. "Good. Now hand me back to your matron. I need her to put me on the line with that headmistress of yours." I handed the receiver back to matron and went stumbling out of her study. Daisy was waiting in the echoing, chilly house hallway outside, her blue eyes wide and her nose wrinkling with curiosity. "What's up, Hazel?" she asked, but I pushed past her without a word. I went rushing up the threadbare carpet of the house stairs and along the narrow, dimly lit corridors to our fourth form dorm. The window was open, even though there was frost on the grass outside, and I wrapped my scratchy grey wool blanket around my shoulders and lay down on my bed, shivering. I knew Aye had been ill, but he was not supposed to die with no warning, when I was not even there. I was supposed to be with him, and anyway he should not have died at all, because he was Aye. He was as much a part of our house and Hong Kong as the columns in our hall, the pond in our garden,